Hey everybody, this is GGB co-host Puppers. Today we're getting back into this third quarter action. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Big 12 up 10-3. I know it's not a huge lead, it's still a 7-point lead though. Big 12 has again proven themselves. I don't know if they just love being underdogs or what, but it is a lot of fun to watch them be underdogs because the one time they were favorites against the MAC, they did not play well, and the MAC almost came back and beat them, right? If you guys remember, I would go back and watch that wildcard game. Tyler Lockett's going to take a knee here. Go back and watch that wildcard game. It's because it's fun to watch now, knowing what the Big 12 was able to do. Get all the way to the Super Bowl, might even win this thing, bring home a championship back to the Big 12. But they did not look good in that game. And if I was watching, I'm like, I don't know how far they're going to make it in these playoffs, to be honest. They played so much better against the SEC, and then they've gotten better along the way. I think the SEC game looked really good, and then they played the Big Ten game, and I'm like, that was their best performance. I don't know if this has been their best performance, but it's definitely been a great one here today. Shotgun here from Mahomes with Mixon lined up beside him. Looks like a blitz coming from the ACC. They bring Lockett in motion here. They just to go with a four-man rush, actually. He's going to have time. He's eventually pressured. He's going to get it to Danny Amendola, though. And Danny Amendola makes another catch. Another one. 8th catch. 99 yards for Danny Amendola, who, I don't know if you guys know this, he's still in free agency in real life. Good pressure up the middle by Calais Campbell, pushing the guards back into him, but still Patrick Mahomes able to find his man in Danny Amendola. This is what I really like about this Big 12 team. The offensive line really does actually give Mahomes time to read the field. Very good offensive line this year. Shotgun from Mahomes. They're going to go pass again. He's able to get it to Tyler Lockett this time. I only believe second catch of the day for Tyler Lockett. Ends up getting about 9 yards on that play. But yeah, I mean, I don't know who wouldn't have been impressed with the way the Big 12 has played here so far today. I mean, the ACC defense has been playing phenomenally well, and I can't overstate that. They've locked down Tyler Lockett and Sterling Shepard and Mark Andrews for the majority of this day. But Mahomes and his connection with Danny Amendola has saved this game for them. That and the defense. They bring Andrew back on the field. They're going to go play action here. He's pressured, and he's going to get sacked. Huge sack off the edge for Aaron Donald. He had a huge jump on that play. Second and inches, they decided to go play action, which is normally a smart move, but Calais Campbell was able to beat his offensive tackle off the edge, and oh yeah, it was Mixon? And Mixon ends up running after trying to block him, but I don't think it was Mixon's original responsibility to block Aaron Donald. So an offensive tackle likely messed up on that play. 3rd and 8, so a chance for a huge stop here if you're the ACC defense. Get your offense the ball back. Looks like a blitz here by the ACC. At the very least, they're going to play a 5-man rush, I believe, off the edge with the corner. If they don't, they go with a 4-man rush, actually. He's going to have time, though. He scrambles out of the pocket. He's going to have running room if he wants it. He's going to throw across his body, and that's going to be incomplete. Trying to squeeze the needle to, I believe, Sterling Shepard, but unfortunately unable to get in. It's going to force a punt. So great defense here early on by the ACC. And we kind of knew that was going to happen. Again, they've held the Big 12 offense, which has been so explosive so far this year, to only 10 points. Tressway is going to punt this ball away. This is what actually makes the Big 12 kind of a... bad punt here by Tressway. They're going to let that bounce. They're going to try and let it roll. Or they're actually going to put him at the 29-yard line. For some reason, Kenneth Murray Jr. decided to grab that ball despite, that ball could have still rolled a little bit farther. But I don't know if that offensive lineman's back. I don't even remember his name, if I'm going to be honest. But let's hope he's back for the ACC. They've already had a serious injury. We've had one injury in this game with Deshaun Elliott. Doesn't seem to have affected the game so much. Quandre Diggs just seems to have seen more playing time. Jason Brett hasn't seen the field a lot, which is a player that I really like. Looks like Kwiatkowski might be coming on this blitz. They go run up the middle with Cook, and he is going to he fumbles the ball. That's going to get recovered by the Big 12 defense in another big-time play made by this Big 12 defense. And the fact that they've held this ACC offense, this explosive ACC offense, to only 3 points is pretty amazing. We talk about the ACC defense playing well. The Big 12, but for all intents and purposes, statistically, should not have this great of a defense. But yet, you have the secondary, which has just been so good. They've been able to rely, just put them on corners, which lets them play their linebackers. They're going to review this in the booth. So let's see if it's actually a fumble and recovered by Jerry Hughes. Let's see if it's actually a fumble. And normally it's not. Is it? I don't know when the ball comes out. Let me see. His knee's down there. The ball's not out. That's going to be overturned. This isn't a fumble. This is not a fumble. Pretty easy call. And that's unfortunate, really, for the Big 12. Dalvin Cook barely holds onto that thing, but I do believe it's long enough. And, yep, the refs agree with me. It's going to be a 2nd and 6. Clock is still moving. But, yeah, this Big 12 defense, again, you got to give props to them. ACC offense with DeAndre Hopkins, Tyler Boyd, Devontae Parker, Dalvin Cook, Darren Waller. And they've been able to hold them to only 3 points offensively. Pretty impressive performance. I believe they're going to drop those 2 linebackers out in the middle. Actually, they bring them all in on the blitz, and they're going to be able to stop this run for no gain. Nick Kwiatkowski is right there to make the tackle. And again, I think Nick Kwiatkowski, he is a huge reason for their success. His ability to stop the run almost single-handedly. That's Kenneth Murray Jr. and Jordan Brooks, the other 2 linebackers, play a little bit more loosely. And it lets them make some big-time plays. And it lets them bring blitzes. Just their secondaries allows them to bring blitzes. It's a lot of fun. It all stems from the secondary, though. They're going to bring a 4-man rush with a QB spy. He's going to be able to get it off, though, to Devontae Parker. Devontae Parker ends up picking up that first down. And Devontae Parker hasn't been super involved today. Again, only 2nd catch of the ball game. Which is really interesting because Devontae Parker, again, pretty explosive player in real life. There's a reason why the Dolphins love that man so much. And there's a reason why they wanted to surround him in talent with guys like Jalen Waddle and Will Fuller in free agency in real life. But he ends up picking up a big first down for this ACC team who his score would be huge here. Shotgun here is Lamar Jackson. They're going to go pass for 2nd time this drive. He's going to scramble, actually. He's going to get the first down. He fumbles, though. He fumbles. That's going to get picked up by the Big 12 Cardinals defense. Deshaun Elliott, who's back on the field. I don't know how that happened. Oh, Deshaun Elliott's back. Good for him. I thought he was going to be out for the ball game when I saw him being carted off the field, but apparently he is back from his injury. Huge strip there, by the way. And making a big-time play, punching the ball out against Lamar Jackson. There was a fumble earlier on the drive. It was overturned. That one is not going to get overturned. And this is why you just slide if you're Lamar. You can't risk turning the ball over on a drive that you've actually looked really good on. So the Big 12 is going to get this ball back offensively. Let's see what Mahomes can do, company can do. You know, they haven't, despite Joe Mixon being productive, they haven't relied on him a lot. That makes sense considering he's in the Cardinals don't run a lot in real life. He's going to be able to get this off quickly. Sterling Shepard picks up about 5 yards on the play. They call it 4. Sterling Shepard's only 3rd catch of the ball game as well. And you can just see that they've been able to lock down the majority of their targets, which is why they're only at 10 points. Really good. That's the reason why they're only at 10 points. But Danny Amendola has been able to kill them, which, if you're the ACC, you can live with that. If Danny Amendola is the person killing you offensively, you can live with it. Shotgun here is Patrick Mahomes. They're going to bring a blitz. He's able to get it off, but it's tipped. Line of scrimmage, and that's going to be incomplete. You're going to bring up a 3rd and 6. So, another big 3rd down for this ACC defense. Let's see if they can force another punt here by Tress Way. And the special teams have not been good here today. And I actually feel a little bit bad for roasting Mason Crosby and Johnny Heck earlier. 2 running back set here in the backfield. Mahomes is it's gonna be a blitz. He's gonna be able to get it off, though. It's gonna be dropped. Oh, big time drop by number 35. I don't even know who that is. Wasn't Mixon. Mixon was blocking, and that could have been a huge first down. But he ends up dropping the ball, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 6. And Trustway is going to have to pump this ball back to this Lamar Jackson and company after the defense just forced a fumble on the last drive. The offense isn't going to do anything with the ball. Trustway's punt is just absolutely atrocious. It's going to bounce around. It's going to be at the 34-yard line, only about a 13-yard punt. So, yeah, the punting, the special teams here today has not been great, which is why it's only a 10-3 ball game. The offense hasn't been great either, but the defense, watching these defenses go at it is actually really fun. But the Big 12 defense, again, has been playing phenomenally well, and so is the ACC defense. And I think if you were, you're still up by 7 points if you're the Big 12. You're not even supposed to win this game. You were the 6th seed. You've been able to make it all the way here after playing in the wild card weekend, which is pretty amazing. 2 tight end set here with Dalvin Cook, Lamar Jackson under center. They're going to go pass, actually. He's going to get it off to Darren Waller, who's going to be quickly tackled there by number 34. Don't know who that is. 2nd and 7. Tackle is going to be credited to Deshaun Elliott. So Deshaun Elliott, he's officially back. Good for him. I thought he was going to be out all game. He is. They get him back, and that's a huge asset for this team. 2 tight end set here with Eric Ebron on the field. This might be a run with Dalvin Cook. They do go play action, actually. And Lamar Jackson's going to get sacked. And the sack goes to Deshaun Elliott. And as soon as he's back, I swear, he's making big-time play after big-time play. And this is the Big 12's 4th sack of the ballgame, which you can tell that's just Cliff Kingsbury's coaching, because they don't, unlike the ACC, who has pass rushers like Aaron Donald and Calais Campbell, they don't have any star pass rushers. It's all been scheme, really. I mean, Emmanuel Ogbah was able to get there because Lamar Jackson kind of ran into him. But outside of that, it's been a lot of scheming to get the guys the sacks, which is very impressive by this team. Okay, 3rd and 16. Chance for a huge stop here for the Big 12. See what they're able to do at shotgun for Lamar Jackson. He's able to dump it off to Dalvin Cook, who's just going to run out of bounds, pick up 3 yards, and they're going to have to punt this ball back to this Big 12 offense. 3rd catch of the ball game, by the way, for Dalvin Cook. And, yeah, nothing has really changed that much since the first quarter. They had those first early possessions, but Bradley Pinion's going to have to pump this ball away. Let's see how far he's going to punt. He actually has a decent-sized leg, so unlike Trust Way, still going to be at the 37-yard line, though, so good field position for this Big 12 team. It hasn't been a great day for special teams, and I think it's in large part of the rain. And, man, the fans here are dedicated. They're excited to see either the Big 12 or the ACC come out on top, and I'm sure ACC fans really want to win because, again, it could be your 2nd straight Super Bowl. There's so many good things for the ACC, and there's so many great players. Lamar Jackson has a great future with this team. So does Patrick Mahomes. So it's really fun to watch these 2 young teams, up-and-coming teams. Empty set here for Patrick Mahomes. Looks like 3-man rush. They actually bring a 4th guy in, so they're going to dump it underneath to Joe Mixon, who's able to pick up about 9 yards on that play. And yeah, Joe Mixon good in the passing game. Again, only 24 yards again, but it's not like Mixon is a bad option in the passing game. I argue far from it. He's a pretty good running back to have in the passing game. Shotgun here is Mahomes. They're going to run with Mixon. He's going to be able to find a hole. He has a big hole. He gets it all the way down to the other team's 38-yard line. Big run by Mixon. And this is what I'm saying. You should run it with Mixon more. I honestly do believe it. I understand they're in the Big 12 Cardinals, so they're in the Cardinals offensive playbook, which Cliff Kingsbury runs a very passing-focused offense, or quarterback-run offense. But regardless, I think you should run it more with Mixon. Mixon is such a great player on your team, and he's been able to actually pull his weight here today. I think you should actually use him. Looks like a blitz here by the ACC. Mark Andrews on the field. They're going to go run with Mixon, who has a decent-sized hole, but not going to be able to get much off of it. 4 yards on the run. But, yeah, as you can see, actually they call it 3 yards. But, I mean, that's a decent run. To have on 1st down makes it up to 2nd and 7. If you do that again, it's 3rd and 4. You can do whatever you want. Slants, curls. There's a lot of options on 3rd and 4. They're going to go shotgun again with Mahomes, with Mixon lined up directly behind him. They're going to actually go pass here, though. He's going to have time. He fires it, though, and gets it to Tyler Lockett, who's going to catch it, get to the 19-yard line. And the Big 12's a drive-in here, folks. They have a chance to score a touchdown, make this a 14-point ball game in the 3rd quarter. And I think the defense is starting to get tired for this ACC team. The offense is not keeping up their part of the bargain. And I think you can tell this offense for the Big 12 is really good. It is a really good offense. That was good coverage there, too, by Jair Alexander. But Tyler Lockett's eventually going to win some of those. So, I don't know how else to explain this, but if you're the ACC, you've done a great job here today, despite like that one being out of your control. They bring a blitz. He's gonna fire it underneath. It's gonna be caught out of bounds by Sterling Shepard. Bring only 4 yards on the play though, so not a huge play. Again, only 4th catch of the ball game for Sterling Shepard. The insane thing about why the Big 12 is winning, and I thought this from the beginning of time. I thought if the Big 12 is to win games, it's got to be all on the offense. And I mean, I feel like that's what a lot of people would think. It makes a lot of sense if you think about it, right? The Big 12, you have Patrick Mahomes. I mean, the Big 12 isn't exactly known for defense. Under center here is Patrick Mahomes. You're going to run with Joe Mixon. He's going to pick up that first down, I believe, unless they call him just short. They do call it a 1st and goal, so yeah. But, like, you don't think of the defense when you think of the Big 12. And that's the way they've been able to win so far against the SEC and the Big 10. The defense were part of it, but they were absolutely dominant offensively. They haven't been today, but yet still they're up by 7 points. Looks like a blitz here by the ACC. They do bring a heavy blitz. He has time, but he's eventually going to get sacked after not reading it quickly enough, and they're going to credit Derwin James Jr. with half of that sack. Probably Justin Simmons with the other. And there we go. I think that's going to even it up the sack total for both teams. I believe both teams are at 4. Going to be 2nd and goal. And, yeah, see, that's the thing that having corners like Jalen Ramsey and Jair Alexander, this allows you to bring blitzes like that because Sterling Shepard and Tyler Lockett are so locked up. 2nd and goal from the 16-yard line, though, for this Big 12 team. They bring Andrew Beck on the field, so no Mark Andrews here, but they do have Danny Amendola, so watch out for that if you're an ACC fan. Mahomes' time, he scrambles a little bit out of the pocket. He's going to be an incomplete pass. He's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line. So I think I don't know. I think obviously you try to get it in the end zone, but if you don't put it in too much risk, because you can take a 10-point lead here and make it a 2-possession ball game. They bring Andrew Beck on the field once again, so no Mark Andrews here for the end zone. They bring a blitz. He fires it, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown by Danny Amendola. And once again, I was telling you, watch out for Danny Amendola. And Danny Amendola kills them again here on this drive. Danny Amendola has been the ACC's kryptonite so far, and it's been the Big 12 secret weapon, which honestly, I didn't think that would be the case. I honestly was thinking the secret weapon here today is Joe Mixon. He's the little special sauce for this team. No, little special sauce has been Danny Amendola. Let's see if Justin Tucker can make this extra point. Most likely than not, he is a very consistent kicker, and it's an extra point. Yep, it's up and through. But it's Danny Amendola. Again, he's not even picked up by a team in real life. No one really wants him. But in this game, in this great conference of champions, he has become the saving grace of this Big 12 team. Sterling Shepard and Tyler Lockett are getting locked down. Mark Andrews isn't able to get much going. Joe Mixon has been productive on the ground. He hasn't been able to get much going through the air. So who does Mahomes go to? If he goes to his number 5 option normally in Danny Amendola, and Danny Amendola has played huge dividends to this team. Great play by Danny Amendola. They're going to tackle him. It's going to be at the 25-yard line. Great coverage there by the Big 12 Cardinals. Gabe Neighbors with that return, actually, weirdly enough. But 1st and 10, and if you're the ACC, you kind of have to score eventually. You haven't scored since the 1st quarter, right? So that's not great. It's not ideal. You haven't scored since the 1st drive of the game. Not good. Not good, to say the very least, for this ACC team. 2 tight ends sit here with Eric Ebron on the field. Under center, here's Lamar Jackson. And you might want to actually go to a little bit more to the run game with Dalvin Cook. They actually go play action here. He's going to have plenty of time. Fires it underneath to Dalvin Cook, and he's going to get tackled for only about a 5-yard gain on that play. They call it a 4-yard gain. And again, Dalvin Cook hasn't been super effective through the air, but he's a very effective runner, and they haven't been really using him in that way. I understand it's the Buccaneers and they love to air the ball out, but still, I think he should use Dalvin Cook a little bit more. Shotgun here is Lamar Jackson. Looks like a 4-man rush by the Big 12. They're going to go play action once again. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. There's a lot of running room there. And Nick Kwiatkowski is going to eventually make the tackle, but not after a huge gain by Lamar Jackson. This is what you got to worry about if you're the Big 12. It's Lamar Jackson. You have to have a QB spy on him at all times. I don't care. I just honestly don't care, period. You always have to have a spy on him, or at least have like that little thing where you like a contain, really, on the pass rush. Make sure that he's stuck inside the pocket. But like, man, I don't know what you're doing if you're not having a spy on Lamar Jackson. Empty set here for him. Bring a 4-man rush with Nick Kwiatkowski. Dumps it off underneath to, I believe, Jamison Crowder on that play. And Jamison Crowder is a player that I don't think has been involved enough today. He was a huge reason why they won the Independence game, and he was a huge reason why they dominated the Pac-12. And they have not used him, in my opinion, very effectively. 3 tight end set here for the ACC with Dalvin Cook in the backfield. They're going to go run up the middle. He's going to get tackled for a loss. Combination of Nick Kwiatkowski and I believe Jordan Brooks. Kenneth Murray, actually. I didn't see 90. I swear Kenneth Murray Jr. is 90. So, why is Tyler Lockett getting smacked in the head? I understand he hasn't done much, but Cliff Kingsbury, calm down. 3rd and 3, so a chance for another huge stop if you're the Big 12. You can force another punt, and a touchdown would really make it hard for this ACC team to come back. 21-point deficit in 4th quarter is tough. Looks like a 3 tight end set here, so it's going to be likely a run. They look like they're bringing a blitz off the edge. They do go run up the middle. He's going to get tackled for a loss. Big-time tackle by, I believe, Earl Thomas III on that play. And that's going to force a punt. Yeah, I haven't said Earl Thomas III's name a lot here today. I normally don't see. But I've been saying all the 4 safeties' names. Tony Jefferson II hasn't been too amazing here today. He hasn't done too much. But he still has been around. He's made some plays here and there. 4th and 3, they're going to have to punt this ball away. There's just no way around it. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this quarter. And then after this, tomorrow's episode. And that's it, guys. That is it for the Conference of Champions, which is insane to me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's the one thing I can do over the summer, really. I don't really feel like doing Olympic stuff, and I definitely... I like watching the NBA, but I don't have enough expertise and knowledge to actually do game predictions. I thought the Heat were going to be really good this year, but that's just because I'm a Heat fan, and that turned out to be wrong. I thought the Bucks didn't have a chance of winning the title. I was wrong. I was right about the Suns being really good. I nailed that on the head, but outside of that... But I hope you guys actually have enjoyed this Conference of Champions, because, I did it last year. I hope you guys have enjoyed the idea at the very least. And just let me know what you guys think I can do better. Shotgun here from Mahomes with Mixon. They're going to bring Danny Amendola in motion. They fake it to him. Mahomes has plenty of time. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. He's going to just scramble, period. He's going to pick up the first down on a run. And Mahomes, you got to be careful, because if you get hurt, you're going to Baker Mayfield. And it's just like the Pac-12, where you're going from a really great quarterback to a less great quarterback. You're going in a severe downgrade direction if Mahomes gets hurt. And that might give the ACC enough to come back in this game. So you cannot let Mahomes get hurt if you were the Big 12. 3 tight ends set here with Jeff Swaim on the field. Shotgun here from Mahomes. They're going to go run with Mixon to the outside. He's going to have the blocks, and he's going to be able to... Oh, he might be gone. Is he going to be gone? I think he is. Mixon, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown for Joe Mixon, 76 yards. And he's going to make this a 24-3 ball game coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Huge run by Joe Mixon, and this is why you get Joe Mixon the ball more. Just simply outrunning number 22, which I don't know why he didn't even attempt to dive, but Joe Mixon is that great of an athlete. You cannot let Mixon get out in the open field, because Joe Mixon will make you pay. Great play by Joe Mixon. Let's see if Justin Tucker makes the extra point. I make it a 24-3 ball game. It's going to make it a really tough comeback for the ACC. And it's starting to look like it, guys. The Big 12, they can't let up now. But the Big 12 might be coming close to their first ever Conference of Champions trophy. They might be getting it. And wouldn't that be something for this Big 12 team? They've been through so much recently. The news that they won't even be a team in the next 4 years. Really disappointing. And they know that their chances of winning a title were coming to an end. They have had heartbreak after They had a heartbreak in the Super Bowl before, and they were hoping it wouldn't happen again. They had the bad memories of the ACC clobbering them last year in the playoffs. And yet, through all this negative energy, and again, another return by Gabe Neighbors. Does anyone understand why the fullback is returning? Not Jamison Crowder. It's interesting to me. I don't quite get it. But all this negative energy surrounding the Big 12, and they just decided, oh, this is our year. This is our year to get a championship. And by gosh, if this score holds out, then they will have earned it. They really will have. Great plays made here today by the Big 12. Shotgun here from Lamar Jackson. He's going to throw. He's going to have the time. He's actually going to scramble out of the pocket. And he's going to make a nice little juke move, get it to about the 41-yard line before sliding. And this is what Lamar Jackson brings to the offense. And we've only really seen one other player that's really been able to do this in this playoffs and be able to run like this. And that's Taysom Hill, the independent Chiefs this year. Probably not going to be the starting quarterback next year. But Lamar Jackson has got to take this team on his back if they want to win another Super Bowl ring. They're going to go handoff to Dalvin Cook, and he is going to get stopped rather quickly. The defensive tackle position, which is not a position I viewed as a strength. Emmanuel Ogbah gets the tackle. Has been doing a rather good job of stopping the run here today, especially against Dalvin Cook, which, in my opinion, is extremely impressive. One of the better running backs in this league. Shotgun here is Lamar Jackson. Looks like a 4-man rush here by the Big 12. They're going to go play action. Actually, they bring a blitz. He's going to have some running room to the left, though, and he's going to have a lot of running room to the left. He's going to get all the way down to the 32-yard line. And again, Lamar Jackson's in the zone, and that's not something you want if you're the Big 12. And he can get this team back into it in an instant, really, in a split second, with his game-changing ability to just run. His speed is something that is unmatched in the NFL right now, so it's really interesting what this team's able to do. And there you go. He has this little X-Factor ability. Watch out, because if he scrambles, it's going to be tough. They go handoff to Dalvin Cook, who's going to get stuffed again by Nick Kwiatkowski. Again, he's a great linebacker that can read whether they're going to run the ball and be able to stuff the run, and that allows them to use Jordan Brooks and Kenneth Murray Jr. in creative and fun ways. Looks like a blitz here by the Big 12. They do bring a blitz. He has time to throw, but eventually he's going to run and he's going to get sacked. Earl Thomas III is credited with half a sack, and that might be it for the little X-Factor ability for the ACC. He's worked all game to get it too. He runs away from Earl Thomas, but just runs up running straight into who are you? I don't know who 68 is, if I'm going to be honest. But he's a defensive tackle, probably Bruce Irvin, if I'm not going to lie. So 3rd and 10, 30 seconds left. This might be coming to the end of this episode, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. But they're going to have to score quickly here. Shotgun here for Lamar Jackson. He's going to throw. He's going to fire it. It's going to be caught by Darren Waller. And this is what you need to do. Darren Waller's an amazing player. You haven't been getting to him enough, in my opinion. Use him. Only 4th catch of the ball game for Darren Waller. That's coming to the end. I don't know if they're going to get another playoff before the end of the quarter. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's the Big 12 is looking really good. But if the ACC scores here, this game is still very much within reach for them to come back and win it. But 8 seconds left. They're not probably going to get a stop off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the end of the quarter. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hey, everybody, this is GGB, co-host Pepper saying, adios, amigos.